Hey guys, Jay Kelly with Hooked and I Own. I wanted to go over a couple things with you. Some of the biggest questions that people have when they come into the shop is, how far do I do my setbacks on a hoochie or a JPEX type of item, or even a fly for your kokanee or trout? It really kind of comes down to preference, but the biggest thing is with a hoochie, when you do your setbacks, have it a little bit closer. 6 to 8 inches is really kind of ideal for the hoochie or a fly. 6 to 8 inches on that. If you go too far, your dodger is not going to create that water displacement for movement on the hoochie. And that's really what the dodger does, is it creates that movement of water behind it. I always tell people in the shop, think about when you put your hand out the window and it does this in the wind. The more that you bend that item, the more displacement behind you or behind the dodger itself is going to move that lure around. And then when you have that JPEX or another blade type item, and these have been really hot, and a couple different places make them. This one happens to be from T-Bone, but Three Sons Tackle makes one as well. Paulina Peak, and Trinidad has actually just came out with one as well. They all work great. The hoochies that we carry, a lot of these are from Three Sons Tackle, and of course the flies are from Dragonflies with Dan Valdez. Great products, but the spacing on the JPEX one, you're going to want to go a little bit further back because it's already a blade and it's going to have that particular movement. Same thing with the flies, 6 to 8 inches, and you can change that movement accordingly. The more we bend these, this is from Top Coat Flashers, and I have other ones from J&J Tackle, which also have a nice little UV glow to them, which is nice for deeper water. You can hit it with a little UV light for that deeper fish. But you can bend these, and whatever degree that you bend them is going to change that movement. So something to keep in mind. The other thing to keep in mind too that a lot of people don't think about is this is a Three Sons willow leaf, but it's hammered. And when that hammer, it's going to create vibration in the water, which is sound. Anything vibration is going to be sound in the water. And if you're not getting bites on that, maybe it's too much vibration for the fish of that day. So they do make a smoother surface one here. This happens to be in brass colored with a little bit of striped color, also from Three Sons. There's other companies out there that make them as well. But just something to think about. Bend it a little bit less, bend it a little bit more. Maybe not hammered versus hammered for the kokanee and trout. The other thing too is make sure you scent, and you also put your corn on the back. So Potsky makes a fire corn. It's been really good. It comes in multiple different colors. And then Smelly Jelly, Kokanee Feast is a good one lately for trout as well as kokanee. And then they also make it in a UV glow form now. That's kind of a gel product rather than that drip it all over the place type of scent. I always recommend that you scent them yourself. If you have shoe peg corn at home, make it yourself. Can of tuna with oil. Squeeze the oil out of the can of tuna and put it right in your corn and mix it up. Make sure you leave it in the fridge overnight. Don't forget it when you go to the boat ramp the next day. Been there, done that. So at any rate, the other thing too, besides the kokanee stuff, trout. I get a lot of questions on speedy shiners. Robbie Dunham in the area is probably known as the speedy shiner guy, but run these naked. And I don't mean you be naked, that's just weird. But you guys, when you put this in the water, don't add anything. Don't put a flasher in front of it. Don't tip it with corn. I mean, you can if you really want to, but you don't need to. These are tried and true, proven kind of an item that you can run these naked and just let them do their thing. I mean, it's designed to work that way. And that's also a really good lure for the trout. Probably the most popular lure in this area for the trout. Again, use Smelly Jelly, Kokanee Feast on that. Just rub it all over. And then make sure you're using ball bearing swivels. You don't want line twist. If you use some duo lock snaps on the speedy shiners, it's easier to change them out. So that way you're not constantly retying on the boat. Put a duo lock snap on there, drop in the water, use it for 30 minutes. You're not getting anything on it, change it out. If the fish aren't biting, it's probably because we're not presenting something correctly or we're in the wrong depth. Fish typically want to eat. They're a hungry little animal. So barometric pressure is about the only thing that really turns off that bite. Other than that, we just got to figure out what the heck they want that day. So anyways, a couple little tips and little tricks there. And hopefully that answers some questions that we get in the shop quite often. You guys check us out on any more videos coming up. I'll do some more to try to help people out and kind of get them set on track. We do have a website. You guys can check us out on hookedforlife.com. That's HOOKD, the number 4, and then life.com. At any rate, I'm Jay Kelly. We'll see you out on the water. Later.